Nearly 20 islands make up the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Far from the hustle and bustle of the capital, Nassau, is Exuma Island. This is a very tranquil and beautiful part of the Caribbean. It's paradise, known for the beauty of a sunrise on the beach and people full of life and laughter. There's Rolle Town and Rolleville. This is the home of the Rolle family, where everyone knows everyone and everyone's a Rolle.
We all are Rolles from Rolle Town. You get Brian Rolle, you get Freddie Rolle, you get Michael Rolle, you get D'Angelo Rolle.
Myron Rolle is descended from this Bahamian family, although he grew up in New Jersey before going to Florida State to play football. And like Alex Haley, he can recount the history of his family, his roots.
My father tells me, and my mother tells me as well, they both confirm that this is true. The man was a slave owner, Lord John Rolle, and you know, he pretty much had all the slaves in this little plantation. And then after, I guess, the slavery was over, you know, all the slaves took his name and got a plot of this land.
He granted back to his slaves and their descendants on squatters' right. For example, once you live on the land, you are part of it, but not to be sold.
Once you born a Rolle, you could go and build any part on this land.
Out of those 5,000 acres, I think there are some of the most beautiful beaches in the world that any human being would be proud to live on.
They're people that just live for the day, you know, they're not too concerned about materialistic things. They're full of pride, loving, very passionate, very fun-loving people, and if you get around them, you know, you'll feel at home.
But there's something else about these Rolles. There appears to be an exceptional number of extraordinary athletes, descendants of the leader of John Rolle's slaves, Pompey.
Pompey, as they said, was a very strong African man, all strength.
From tennis's Asha Rolle to a couple of NFL standouts, Antrell and Samari, Myron joins the list of athletic Rolles. Myron adds even another dimension to the legacy of this family. He was recruited by every major school in the country out of high school, and while he was a top prospect in the country for defensive backs, Myron was also a straight-A student. Florida State met all his criteria.
Florida State had a lot of qualities that I enjoyed. I mean, I had 83 scholarship offers coming out of high school, so
How many?
83. So I pretty much had to narrow it down and use a set of criteria that I was looking for in a school was a school that was going to allow me to be a better football player, improve my skills on the field, but first and foremost, be a better student, take all my advanced placement credits I had coming out of high school, use them, allow me to graduate college early, and also just be an impact in the community.
And Seminole coach Bobby Bowden knew right away this kid was different.
Well, you know, he just smiled and he said I was a rare type of kid that was looking for all of that in the school and was serious about that.
Well, he's an exceptional young man, no doubt about it. If there's anybody that has the priorities in order, it's him. His faith is very important to him. Academics is very important to him. You know, he wants to be a doctor, and he'll be a doctor because I think academically he's already either ready to graduate or graduated.
Myron is a natural at football.
Well, he's just a good solid. He's got a nice physical body. He's about 218 or 20 pounds, which is pretty big for a safety. And he runs good, but I think he's intelligent. You can be fast and quick and make poor decisions, and you can't win with that guy, you know it? Or you can be maybe not as fast and not as quick, but makes great decisions, what we call accuracy of movement. His movement is always in the accurate position.
You have been a starter since your freshman year. Not many people get to start here as a freshman.
You know, I came in with the mindset that I was going to play right away, and I was going to play early, and I was going to do what it took to, you know, to get on that field. And Coach Andrews, Mickey Andrews, is the defense coordinator, and he asked a lot of his players to learn the system, not just be athletically gifted, but you know, to have a mental understanding of what he expects and what it takes to be successful at the Division I college level, playing the ACC. So yeah, I took my bumps and bruises in the beginning, but eventually everything worked out and I got to start, so it was good. I'd definitely like to improve. You know, I'm never satisfied. I feel I have still some things to prove on this level, still some things I want to get done. And, you know, I'm always striving to get better. So every day is just another step towards my ultimate goal.
That ultimate goal is the NFL, but is just one of several lofty goals that Myron Rolle is using his days at Florida State to prepare for. For most college football players, athletics has been a part of their lives since they could walk. This is true of Myron, but academics has been a big part of his life for a long time too. It was while still in elementary school that a career in medicine first intrigued him.
I think it was about in 5th grade or 6th grade it started. I went to a National Youth Leadership Forum conference on medicine where I got to shadow some neurologists in New Orleans and really get enveloped in the whole medical profession, and I really just fell in love with it. I got to study some more about the brain and the nervous system, and I really had a liking for science in class too, so I pretty much just married my liking for science and then my want to help the community and just put it together and said, well, you know, I guess a doctor would be a good route to go. I'd like to be a neurologist. There's a man named Ben Carson out of Johns Hopkins who's another role model for me. He's an African-American neurologist, and he's done some fascinating surgeries and written some great books. I've read one of them, and you know, like I said, he's been an inspiration for me.
This summer, Myron is training hard for the season ahead. He's also training hard for his other career. When he's not running or lifting weights, he's in the lab.
I actually won a undergraduate research and creative activity award here at Florida State. They give you $4,000 to do any kind of research you want. I chose to work with my biochemistry professor, Dr. Tim Logan, in his lab. So far, so good.
The research that we're doing here, this is true research because we don't know the answer. And what I wanted to do was find a project like that for Myron.
He's eager to learn. He doesn't assume that he knows anything or that, you know, he's capable of doing it. He doesn't need to be told.
You can get a lot out of it. You know, you can you know, study new things every day. You can you know, challenge your mind.
What really gets people hooked is not what you do with your hands, but what you do with your mind. And as I've said, I think Myron has got a very, very sharp mind.
He's always willing to learn and wanting to learn, ready to soak up any information that we have.
So, what's in the future for Myron?
I wish I had his potential. He's going to be able to do whatever he wants to do.
A young man with unlimited potential, yet Myron wants it all, and somehow he's been able to find a balance to his life. Look ahead, if you will, over the next 15 years. How do you see Myron Rolle's life unfolding?
In the immediate future, I'm applying for the Rhodes Scholarship. Like my friend Garrett Johnson, who's a Rhodes Scholar right now. So I'm applying for that in the fall. Have a career in the NFL for about 8, 9 years. Go back to medical school and then become a physician, start a family, and you know, whatever happens after that, you know, I like to see where my life takes me.
There's no doubt among those who know him that one day his life will take him back to the home of his ancestors, Exuma in the Bahamas. The Rolles of today, his cousins and extended family, can't wait to welcome him back.
I'd like to go back to the Bahamas and open up a free clinic for people there.
We built him a clinic right in Roll Town. And he'll have his own clinic home, Roll Town.
I feel a great sense of responsibility to carry on the Rolle name because as being a Rolle, you know, there definitely comes something with that. You know, you're very family oriented. I'm very close to my family. You know, just really have values and morals and ethics. I mean, I was like, wow, you know, it's just a commonality between the Rolles, and that's something I look forward to doing in the future.